poverty-stricken. Because we have not learned to organize that money. And yet, in African history, are the very principles by which that money can be organized. Yeah. But we can't use it in the present because we haven't brought it out of unconsciousness. But other people have it, and they are using it as a power over us. We talk about, and I'm going to end here at 10, we talk about our young people and our young men having their problems. Manhood was not a problem in the African culture. Why is manhood such a problem in Africa, in our culture today? Because we have accepted another people's family structure and manhood developmental structure. We have forgotten our own history and have sought to adopt another people's history and the psychology that comes from it. We have accepted the idea then that it is the biological father's role to bring a boy into manhood. Yeah, because that's the way the Europeans do it. You see? Yeah. We've accepted the idea of the nuclear privatized family, which has its advantages but also places children in great danger because it is so privatized and cut off from every other support and builds a situation where a boy has to come into manhood through knowledge of his father, that as soon as you lose the father, the boy is in what? Trouble. Serious trouble. As soon as one of the parents is lost, the child is what? In trouble. As soon as there's divorce, the children are in trouble. Now you find these children coming out of disrupted homes and other homes getting caught up in crime and getting caught up in school failure and getting caught up in all other kinds of psychological problems and so forth. And we say that is the result of the disrupted family. Right. Yes, but a disrupted family of a certain nature. Now we look back into our own African history, we will see then a number of African family forms that would solve this kind of problem. Yeah. You'd find a family form where it was the sister's brother that was responsible for the sister's children. Not the biological husband, not the biological father. So if you lost the biological father, you still had the real father there because you don't divorce your sister. You see? Or you had the more general situation of where it was the responsibility of adult males to bring young males into manhood. Not the father's sole responsibility, but the responsibility of responsible males. You see? And so there are all kinds of approaches and all kinds of things we could use that are already in our culture and in our history to solve and resolve many of the problems that confront us today. And our children and all of us would not suffer the way we do if we would come to know that history. But see, the white man has associated that history. He's put a fence there and associate blackness with all kinds of negativities to the point where we want to escape this blackness. And in escaping our blackness, we escape all of the gifts that our ancestors have for us. You understand? A knowledge of African history would help us to resolve a great number of the problems of education that you're facing here in New Jersey and all over this country. Yes, you got children here. You're bringing children into a school structure that's not based on your psychology or your history. It has built-in failure to it. Even if you make all A's in it, you still are going to fail. Yes, because it is designed to solve the problem of another people, not of our people. It is designed based on their psychology and their history and their culture. Quick one, and I'll end it here. We got it. African people